Hey, Fernando, what's going on, brother? How are you?
What is happening, man? I hear leadership like on Monday morning. We got Craig, and I believe I heard a whisper of VJ Levine. Jay,
You've never
That
heard
was
me
no,
whisper.
that was no whisper. That did not sound like a whisper to me.
I don't know when I whispered there, Fernando.
I heard a little piece of tonality from our boy Jay. But welcome everyone to Ecosystem Merging Mastery Monday. I hear a little background noise. If we can please start muting ourselves, the 3131 number. Awesome. Yes. So yeah, if the 3131 number can please mute herself or himself, we would appreciate a lot of background. There we go. Awesome. Thank you for whoever muted. What is going on, everyone, to Ecosystem Merging Mastery Monday? What is going on? Clayton, Tori, Joan, Jay. We got Jen, Ferris. Oh my goodness. Catherine, Lena, Michelle, Raina, Robin. So many beautiful people. We got Galaxy A10. I don't know who that is, but what's happening? Denise, the Craig Klingman original in the building. So much excitement, so much going on. And first of all, I want to start with some gratitude for all the relationships and all the ecosystems that you are pouring and sending our way to Unblinded. Eternally grateful for everything that this community and this ecosystem and this movement is doing. I am hearing left and right of people doubling their revenue and of merging ecosystems. 2 + 2 is 9. All these incredible things that are happening in our movement, and brings me immense joy. And before we go any deeper, let's check in and let's honor. It is 8:30. Thank you for everyone for being muted right on time. Sean, are you here with us? Tiffany, we need a little bit more time. Awesome. So let's jump right in with all this sharing and all this growing and all this merging. We have our Unblinded team huddle in the morning. And what's really anchored to all of us was a beautiful huddle we had about a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago. Everything feels like eternity. One day is a year here in the world of Unblinded. But everyone that we speak to in any sense of ecosystem merging or in any sense of integrity-based human influence and self-mastery of prepping ourselves for that communication, we have a mantra that's really anchored for us, which is better off with me, worse off without me. We had a beautiful huddle, and I'm sure we'll be able to share that link in the Facebook group. But the truth is that every single person that we speak to, when we speak to them with love and integrity and within this formula, are better off with us, worse off without us. So with that being said, I love passing the microphone over to our movement. First, any new members, anyone who's never spoken, anyone whose voice is not yet heard, we would love to hear from you. And if no one speaks, then please, everyone, free reign. Let's start on the topic of what ecosystems are we merging, and or what ecosystem do we know is better off with us, worse off without us, and maybe we have not begun to ecosystem merge. So with that being said, any newer members, anyone who's never spoken, here's your opportunity to speak. Ready, go.
Yeah. Hey, Fernando, Sean here. Yeah, please, anybody jump in as well. Happy Mastery Monday.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean. So yes, let's pass it back. If not, Sean, take it away. Anyone want to share about an ecosystem merger or an ecosystem they have not yet merged and why? This would be a beautiful opportunity to do so. Newer members or anyone, please go.
Can you go back to mine and then I can...
That
Awesome.
sounds like an awesome ecosystem merger I hear out there. that young.
I'll go if no one wants to go.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Jay.
this is Kirk.
Oh,
Kirk,
so let's
you
go
go.
Jay, then Kirk.
No, Kirk.
Yeah,
go ahead.
All right, Kirk,
it'll be
Kirk.
quick. It'll be quick, but American Foundation for the Blind obviously focusing on crushing the terrible employment numbers for people who are blind. And through meeting Mona Zalatin at Rhinebeck last May, she's connected me to the Salesforce nonprofit ecosystem. And through a set of other relationships, I'll have a chance to have a conversation with Mark Benioff, the founder of Salesforce, to talk about setting up some massive programs to train blind people for careers in the Salesforce ecosystem. So that's happening.
Yeah, that happened. That is an incredible example, Kirk. That's like drop the mic. That's like drop the stage and the mic. That is wonderful, and what a fantastic job by you, fantastic job by Mona, and credit to Salesforce and Mark Benioff. Amazing, truly amazing. Congratulations, and let's stay tuned on that one, okay, brother? Yeah. So Jay, what do you got, brother?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sean. So I have been in contact with Lily and Fernando all weekend, all week. Fernando's schedule is wild and crazy, but thank God for Lily because she reels that all in. So if she's on the call, big shout out to Lily. But there's a few mergers going on that we have set up. Some of them that will come to fruition soon and some of them sooner than later. But there's one that I'm particularly excited about. And I'll try to be a little vague because I don't want to spoil anything yet, but I'm going to hold myself accountable here and say it out loud to the group. There's a, let's call it a real estate mixer that should have about 50 to 75 people. They do it monthly. And right now we have a call set up for, well, we don't have the timing set up exactly yet, but for next week so that we can merge ecosystems. The Unblinded team can get up there, tell 50 to 75 real estate professionals, mortgage brokers, exactly what Unblinded means to them. And myself up there as well, explaining my story in Unblinded, and about, I don't know, 50 people leaving, signing up for mastery. That's what my hallucination is. So that's my ecosystem merger for Monday.
Yeah, and for the record, as you go in, Sean, I just want to take a second and honor Jay. Jay literally communicates with me on a daily basis. He rips through massive amounts of noise, gets us on the phone, has been throwing relationships our way back and forth, constantly connecting, no sense of ego whatsoever, a true believer in the formula. And brother, your mastery, since we met on the phone, thank you to Tiffany for connecting us because you have been a pleasure. It's an honor to call you my friend, and you make Unblinded and this formula real because you're living in it. And nothing brings me more joy on this planet than to see this movement win, and to see you win means this movement is winning. So thank you for everything that you're doing.
Thank you. And can you imagine just for a second, a real estate agency that their core ethics is rooted in unblinded training? Like how unstoppable it will be? Unstoppable. No. So I've never been more excited.
Thank you.
Sean, thank you. Fernando, big thank you. My team, huge thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you. Hey, and then this, Jay, this outstanding, Kirk, outstanding. So listen, on this Mastery Monday, all right, mastery is all about not yes or no. It's about where we're on the scale of mastery. My question for you out there is, who's got a challenge that they're in their self-mastery, where they're getting the idea of ecosystem merging, they're getting the idea of the power of integrity-based human influence, but they're like, I'm afraid of something. And it may be that you're making millions a year. It may be that you're trying to make, 50,000 this year. And we'll talk about that. But like, where is somebody with a stopper right now that you feel your action, you know what to do, or at least you're much more clear on what to do. You're feeling more comfortable in your influence. Now, you still have been easy, more comfortable in rising the scale of mastery, but there's something you're just not like acting. And like, what is it that's holding you back? Somebody want to share that? Who's got a hold back right now where fear is blocking them that would be in service of everybody on the call this morning?
I have one, Sean. This is Craig from SoCal.
Hey, Craig from SoCal. What's up, brother?
Mine, I have to speak to me this week. Mine is the first, when I'm in front of somebody, I feel comfortable. That first connection, and these are people I know, but either calling them by phone or texting them with a few videos, that first connection is a challenge.
I think we're losing a little bit, Craig. You there, Craig?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I got you now, good.
When I'm in front of somebody, I'm comfortable and I feel the formula is going really well. When I'm at first, I'm not sure that if I phone when I talk to them and I still don't answer their phone, but I would leave a message or text them. So just that first versus being in front of them versus calling them. That's my challenge.
Okay. Give me one.
Did you catch that, Sean?
Okay. I didn't. I'm sorry. It was a little bit hard to hear. So the question was, we're good.
The question was, he was mentioning how when he's in front of someone, the formula is alive and well. It's that first step prior, maybe being on the phone, doing something through social media, anything that's not being in front of someone, there's a challenge, there's a block for him in being in the formula and going from hello to yes. That was the question Craig asked.
Okay. So Craig, just clarifying, you're talking about written copy or you're talking about over the phone or both?
Over the phone or just texting somebody versus see someone personally.
Yeah. Okay. So over the phone, there's no challenge being in the formula either. And you're talking about over the phone to have the entire meeting, or over the phone to set up a meeting, or both?
Over the phone.
Yes, I believe it was. Yeah, I believe it was over the phone and both. So anything between a full meeting and a setup, any engagement. Yep.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, we have Adam Gugino, the greatest call center person in the galaxy, that can certainly weigh in on that. But I would say it's the exact same dynamics where you're looking for an initial pattern interrupt. So, and initial rapport build. On the phone, the process of rapport building is going to be more compressed. And soon as you hear wall and resistance, we have to question and speak into it. So, right, so let's say, I'm calling you, Craig, or I'll do Fernando. I'm calling Fernando, and it's about, hey, I'd love to set up a meeting with your organization, and let's just role play for a second. Fernando, ring, ring, and it's Fernando.
Hello?
So, yeah, hey,
hi.
Is this the New Jersey Accounting Society?
Yeah, this is the New Jersey Accounting Society. How can I help you?
Hey, and I'm sorry, who am I speaking with? My name is Sean Callaghy, by the way. Who am I speaking with?
It's Fernando here, and the reason for calling is?
Yeah, my reason for calling is, and I hear the hesitancy in your voice, is because I'm interested in creating a relationship with the Accounting Society, and I guess first, are you accepting, or is this the person I should talk to about membership, or who would I talk to about membership and an expansive relationship with the Accounting Society?
Membership will actually be John. Sean, do you know John, or are you just calling? I'm a little confused. Yes, thank you, for acknowledging that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know John, but I know that most organizations are looking to grow in their membership, and I'm open becoming a member. I'm open to a lot more than that, but my initial first line inquiry is: are you guys looking for new members in the Accounting Society?
Yeah, 100%. John, thank you. I'm so excited that you found us and you're looking to join us. John is all about expansion and growing. So,
Right. Yeah. And then I would take it from there, and then I'd say, listen, I'm also interested in speaking and co-creating, who would I speak to about that? Right. So then I would have information. So let's scratch that. And let's say now it's somebody that is more about, let's say it's financial services, but this is ecosystem merger. Let's say it's a follow-up, where let's say it's Rob Gill following up on a speaking engagement phone call, right? It's or anybody in financial services. So ring, ring. Go ahead, say hello, Fernando.
Hey, hi, this is Fernando speaking. How can I help you?
Yeah, hey, Fernando. It's Rob Gill. We met 3 days ago at the Capitol Grill dinner. How you doing?
Oh, Rob, I'm doing outstanding. That dinner was just something. I'm still, my head's spinning from everything that was said and this formula, just super, super exciting. What's happening? What's happening with you, Rob?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I want to be present to your time. I'd love to chat with you for a couple of minutes. How long do we have? Do you have a minute? Do you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes right now?
You call me at a kind of a weird time. I got a call coming up here at 9 o'clock. So 18 minutes seems, I would love to talk more. I really do. I want to make sure we stay in communication right now.
Yeah. I don't want to take, I don't even need 18 minutes right now. Do you have 5 good minutes?
Yeah, 5. Totally. Let's do it.
So guys, breaking out a role for a second, right? Think of Fernando, how does that feel, even in role playing, in terms of credibility? I'm respectful, I'm polite, right? I'm upfront, creating an agreement around time. I'm taking less, right? Yes?
Yeah, the vocal change, the change in your speed, the excitement, the bringing me back to a positive thoughts. So many things that happened very quickly in that, short 60 seconds got me excited and engaged, even in role play.
Yeah, and to be clear, all of those are heroic, unique identity characteristics: respect, politeness, empathy, thinking about the other person. All of those things are occurring subconsciously. And by the way, we're in integrity, because I'm really doing it. I'm not doing it for shtick. I'm really doing it. Are you okay? Can you talk? How long do you have? So one of the I think as soon as there's we know we're at least communicating, I always go to a time agreement, right? So then, hey, Fernando, so listen, you said head was spinning, exciting, brother, what's that about?
I've been in this industry for a long time, and You know, I've had ups, I've had
Right
downs.
now, so Fernando's going to answer. Right, Fernando's going to answer. We're going to go through an entire dynamic. I'm going to be listening in the formula for him. I'm going to be listening within the formula for him giving me other word cues, accelerations, right, and his energy, his vocal qualities to ask more questions into. And we're going to stay there for a couple minutes, right? And by the way, the call could expand past the time. And at 5 minutes, I'm going to say, listen, we're at 5 minutes. I want to be respectful, right? Like, so we're going to honor it. This isn't a trick to make him forget time. We're going to honor that, right? So I would then get to and say, listen, I know like things are a little bit crazy. In addition to connecting, following up, keeping the synergy and energy together, what I think would be in service of you, and I'm doing this with all the folks at the dinner, is having a meeting and offering you some time to talk a little bit about where you are in your financial world. And I know that's like, oh boy, here we go. But it's not. My experience, Fernando, has been that massive value can come out of that. And my commitment to you is when we meet, if we meet, to give me that privilege, that you will not be sold, you will not be pushed, you will not be stressed in any way, shape, or form. But I think I can add massive value, and I'd love the opportunity of your trust to add massive value to you. It would take an hour. I'd love to take you to lunch. I'll come to your office. Whatever would work for you. How does that sound?
Yeah. Sounds good. Pause. You know, a lot of the things that, Sean, that you just did there, like the continuous upfront agreements, allowing me to say yes. One thing that you do so masterfully, and I really want this to land for everyone, is that he acknowledged, oh boy, here it is again. Like he actually said those words as my mind went there. You know, I'm being in character. Those upfront agreements, not only in a verbal yes, but with what people are actually thinking about. Like, oh, here I'm getting sold again. Actually saying that, like, brings me back in like, oh, wait, well, if he's not doing that, now I'm interested. And like really setting up, you know, and go ahead, just so many things there.
Yeah, you know, thank you. So because for everybody, the truth is this. The truth is that I am having an offering. But the truth is that the other person's understanding of what the word sell means is not what we're doing. So if they're like, well, this is sales, like you're trying to get me to say, like, yeah, but it's not what they think, right? It's not what they think. So words matter, meaning matters more, way more. And so we're disrupting the association because all we're really doing is revealing truth. Because in that segment, what we're really doing is helping people see what they don't see. That's what's happening. And then they'll have a choice to move forward or not. But right now, for most people in the space of financial, in the space of legal, in the space of coaching, acceleration, training, their health, vitamin taking, they are not seeing what they don't see. So the entire pattern is an educational, unblinded one. Remember, influence, integrity-based human influence is about expressing our idea, having it heard, accepted, and acted upon by the other person. That's what we're doing. We're not trying to convince anybody of something. We're helping reveal truth. It's the revelation of truth. So, Craig, so rooted in that dynamic, that's where we're sitting on the telephone and not. Does that answer your question, Craig?
Yes, it does. I really like the thing, setting the time, giving them, letting them know how much time they have. So, yeah.
So, listen, I was at a speaking engagement recently, and I watched speakers get up, very articulate, very eloquent people, talking to a room of people. Yep, guys, just mute. Somebody's just unmute. Yep, no, thank you. And there were very articulate, outstanding, people speaking, but they were not feeling the energy of resistance from the crowd, and they just kept talking into it. And so it's the same thing on the telephone. It's the same thing if you're talking to hundreds of people or thousands of people or 10 people. Same thing if you're talking to one person. We can't speak through the other person's objection. We have to acknowledge it. We have to question, through it. We have to pull them out past the wall of resistance, lower that wall. And that's what the emotional rapport building and disruption and all the things in emotional rapport building, which, by the way, we're ready to launch Mastery. And in Mastery, that's going to be the first segment, is a high focus on emotional rapport building. So that's the dynamics that we're talking about. And I think we're complete on that. Craig, is there anybody who has any final things that they want to share for today on this Mastery Monday?
Sean, can I just ask you a question about what you just said?
Yep. And then we'll get to them real quick. We'll go 15 seconds, Jay. Go.
Just what you just said when you were bringing in the role play, when you were bringing Fernando through, it muted out for a second. But would that be more where you were at like the yes strategy part of that? And if that's the case, can you give me like a 10-second meaning of yes strategy?
Okay, so you talking now step 2? Like that was all rapport building, but then I moved into step 2, but I got all the way to step 4.
Correct.
Really rapidly.
Correct. Yeah,
right. I got all the way to step 4, right? Because it was a condensed version and it was a small step, which is getting to the meeting. And so I conveyed my heroic unique identity through respecting time, through confronting upfront things that were happening. That's how I conveyed my unique identity, by how I was handling the communication process. Does that make sense, Jay?
Yeah, non-verbally. Okay, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's a massive, massive distinction. Massive. Conveying a heroic unique identity is not words or stories. It's actions. And even though I knew it was characteristics, it did not click until now, the power of conveying it passively. That's insanely huge.
Awesome.
Needed to acknowledge that.
Big distinction.
Awesome. All right, thank you guys. All right, wait, one other person whose voice I heard.
Yeah, it's Adam. Obviously,
hey, please. I think you might have some value to add to this conversation.
Yeah, so just listen. There are, like we talk about the formula. We could go hours on phone calls and even being able to get through gatekeepers and everything. But just one thing I want to leave you with here is when you get that, even if it's just that hard, not interested, that disruption is, I appreciate your honesty. And one line that works when you have this, when you know you have something of value, it's, look, if I can show you a way, or I can find a way to help provide you more members in less time and more magic, or more money in less time and more magic, or whatever your offering is, would you just be open to a conversation or a meeting? If I can provide you more value, just that statement alone, you're not asking for the signed agreement at that moment. You're just asking for a conversation and an opportunity to talk about what you have. When you do that, it's very difficult for them to turn that down. So that's just one little tidbit I want to leave you with.
Absolutely. Awesome. And from a true genius. So listen, we're going to pause there. Is there anything, Jared, that you would like to add for today?
Hello, everybody. Yeah, this was a great call. I love the practicality of this. Amazing question. This is good stuff. This is what it looks like to be able to refine and understand, like, the practical application of the formula is so powerful. This is what the nerve center is living inside of. We were talking about this on our morning call prior to this. There's like an entire group of people now. Every waking moment of the day and even sleeping moment are inside the formula, finding new distinctions, finding new ways of doing things that have always worked, and they're working. And that's why mastery is going to be so valuable, because in real time, we're going to share, like, wow, like this just happened. And like one of those things that just happened, and we're not going to talk about it today, but is one of the things that Unblinded stands for is no ego. And we are living and breathing that inside of the nerve center, where we're passing the mic, passing the phone, passing whatever you want to call it, in the sales process itself. And there are different people that are playing even different roles right now based on the dynamics of the relationship. And the outcome is yes, because we know that the person is better with us than without us. And when we know that to be true, we have to do everything and anything to get them to see what we see for them, even dropping our ego and passing the baton to somebody else. These are like these cool distinctions that we'll share as we start ramping up into mastery, which starts next week, guys. Like next week, you're going to get the first module, which is so exciting. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. And hey, thanks, Jared. So let's take massive action. Let's keep bringing your ecosystem to this call, because the more people that are on this call from your ecosystem, the more you have a common language, common acceleration. And final, tomorrow on Trajectory Tuesday, we're going to talk about what it begins to feel like as your trajectory shifts, and how some of our self-mastery can become massively implicated as people start to get see things differently. And so issues begin to arise, because that's going to happen as you accelerate, and it can be complicated for us in our self-mastery. So tomorrow, Trajectory Tuesday, we'll pick up there. Have an amazing day. Go get it. Mastery, not yes or no, where we are on the scale. Thanks, everybody. Love you guys. Bye.
Have a great one, everybody.
Much love, everybody. I missed
Have
you
a great
already.
week. Talk to you tomorrow.